Hey guys, and welcome to another video blog post. This is probably not the most exciting post we've ever done. It's not one of those like happy-go-lucky, I mean it's going to be fun, but it's not. It's kind of a little more serious, and I don't mean that to be a Debbie Downer. I think I've had some of these thoughts in my head for a while, and I thought, well, I should probably do a video, because if I don't, I'm going to end up writing like 16 paragraphs and nobody's going to read it. So, I want to talk really quick, hopefully in just a few minutes, about what success looks like for us, but I'm actually not going to define it for you, because I think that's actually impossible. And I want to run through a few traps, a few things that we fall into believing in our businesses and in our lives as creatives and as photographers. The first trap that I think we fall into believing is believing that there's only one definition of success. And I feel like I've talked about this a lot at conferences and here and there, but some of you have never been to conferences with us. And so, and at my workshops. So I just want to put this on my blog so you can hear it from me. I think that I have fallen into this trap probably more times than other people, because I have a lot of friends in the industry. I have a lot of people that I love and I look up to, and they're doing really awesome things. And I have fallen into the trap of thinking that if I want to be successful, I've got to do exactly what they're doing. And I'm not coming to you as someone who has conquered this fear or this lie. I still struggle with it a lot. But I've gotten better at it because I've realized that success in my business has changed for me throughout the years. And so if it's changed within my own business, then I can't possibly compare it to someone else's success in their own business. So I think that's one trap that we need to fight off, we need to try to run from, is believing that there's only one way to define success. The second trap is that we have to keep up with so-and-so. And maybe it's just me, but it is very draining living a life like that. It's also just, it pulls you down, it lowers your self-esteem, it kicks the confidence right out the door because you're just looking at what other people are doing and you're thinking to yourself, well, I've got to do that because they're doing it and it's going well, and if I want to be successful, then I've got to do it too. And this could be a whole gamut of different things. It could be that so-and-so's doing mini sessions for Christmas, and I don't even like mini sessions, but I'm going to do them because she did them and I need to keep up with her. Or it could be that so-and-so has been in business the same amount of time as me and she's hosting workshops, and so I need to host a workshop because that's expected of me. That's something I have to do in order to keep up with her. And it's just miserable. And I'm not saying that to you as someone who's preaching at you. I'm talking to myself. It's hard, and I think that that's a lie that is constantly reoccurring in our business, no matter where you are. You could just be starting out, or you could be 7 years in like we are, and it's still going to be something that you struggle with. I don't think it ever goes away. Maybe there are people who are in business and have been in business 15 years and they could tell me, Katelyn, it gets better. But at 7 years, I can honestly say that I still struggle with it too. But I'm realizing it more and more that it's not worth my time. And I actually produce better products and better services and better business ideas when I have no idea what other people are doing. I actually got rid of my whole blog list where I used to follow all these different blogs, and I just don't follow them anymore. And I keep up with friends, of course, but I don't inundate my life every day with things that other people are doing, because it started to just shrink my dreams because I was trying to follow their dreams. So that's trap number 2. Trap number 3 is believing, this is a big one, it's believing that ultimately you're going to get to a place where you've made it and you feel it and you just feel so confident and accomplished and satisfied in your business. And I think over the years I've realized that point in your business, that point in my business, some people would have thought that I should have reached that by now, right? Maybe because of where our prices are or something silly like that, or maybe because we are teaching, or maybe because we've traveled to an engagement session that was destination. I don't know, but we haven't reached that point. And this past year at WPPI, I realized that I will never reach that point when it comes to surface level tasks in my business. I've been in a magazine, and that's great, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that didn't make me feel like I had just won in my business. It didn't make me feel like I had made it and I was at the end of my career. I think ultimately serving my clients and living into the purpose that God has for my business, that's where I find the satisfaction. And at WPPI, it was really funny because they had these life-size posters, like kind of like ads, like, hey, go this way for this conference or go this way for this seminar. And they use photographers' pictures on like the banners. And I remember going to WPPI like 6 years ago and thinking, if I could just be on that banner one day, I will feel like I've just made it. If I could just be on that banner. This year I was on one of the banners, and it wasn't just a little one. It was 2 life-size banners, actually bigger than life-size. And it was awesome and it was really cool. But when I was giving my presentation, I realized that 72 hours after I saw those banners and after I felt so awesome, they were going to be in the dumpsters. Like literally the thing that I thought was going to make me feel so successful was going to be rolled up and crunched up into a ball, and it was going to be in a dumpster in the back alley of Vegas. Like that just is such a beautiful picture of that stuff doesn't matter. And ultimately, you could be shooting a handful of weddings and feel like you're doing a great job and you're serving your clients really well. That is successful. It could be that you do feel like you're supposed to teach and you have a few people that do mentoring next year, and that's success to you because you're serving people and loving people well, and that's okay. I think ultimately my whole point of doing this whole video blog is just to encourage people that don't let your success be defined by what your peers are doing, because that is a battle that you will never win. And I have found that I tend to dream bigger when I'm not looking at other people. I have found that I actually tend to have better ideas when I'm not looking to other people. And so I think the whole industry is going to grow, and not just photographers, like creatives in general. I think everything is going to grow and be more successful if we all think for ourselves and if we all start following what God has for us, and that could lead us into a multitude of different directions. And I think that's what's supposed to happen. So don't fall into those 3 traps. Just to recap, number 1 was believing that there's only one definition of success. That's a lie. Number 2 is keeping up with so-and-so down the street, or so-and-so that started the same time as you, or so-and-so that's been your buddy in the industry. Don't do that. You're going to end up burning yourself in the end. And number 3 is believing that you will come to a point in your business where you've made it. And as someone who's been in the business for 7 years and have crossed a few of those bucket list items off, I can tell you that it doesn't happen. Ultimately, the whole I've made it feeling is something we make up in our heads, and because we are human, we're always going to want more. And so I would encourage you to be satisfied in your business where it is. Keep growing and keep learning, but know that what you're doing is enough. And know that you can never define your success based on what other people are doing. So I hope this is encouraging. I hope I don't seem crazy. I just wanted to basically share this because it's been on my heart, and I think a lot of people struggle with it. And I also want to know if you struggle with it. I want to know that because it would help me feel better. I don't want to be the only one in the industry that struggles with defining my success by looking at other people. So if you relate to this in any type of way, then leave a comment or share it, or just make sure that you share it with someone because it makes you feel better to know you're not alone. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope this is helpful, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.